I am Mike Writer, and we'll be talking about Star Trek Online and the sets. This week we'll be talking about the Kobali Regenerative Circuitry set. So first we better answer the big question: what are sets? Sets are groups of items that are equipped that when equipped add bonuses that only add when multiple items are from that group. Space sets are usually Deflector, input engine, shields, and sometimes warp or singularity cores, depending on your ship. And some of the other sets include weapons, universal consoles, which was the universal consoles. They do not require a universal slot. They fit in any of the universal. You can fit in any of the engineering, science, or technical slots. There are also ground sets that do exist, and I should also point out that what these are above are the examples. They are not. There are sets that break the rules I've mentioned above. So, why I'm talking about sets? Dust to Dust is the first in a long series of missions where sets are going to appear as mission rewards. Many set bonuses are really worth talking about. I didn't want to try and explain the 10 minutes at the end of an episode, explain why you should be running this episode multiple times. And yes, so let's get started with our Kobali sets, shall we? Let's look at the Kobali Deflector. The Kobali Deflector adds 35 hull restoration. Keeps yourself alive quite a bit. Adds 35% hull shield restoration. Both of these when you use a hull heal or a shield heal, will give you better hull heal and shield heal. 17.5 hull capacity. Now this will give you more hull to take more damage out. And then there's also the 8.8 shield capacity. This gives you more shields, and it's quite, which is again, it means that there's more to go for your enemies to shoot through. And of course, that accounts of the 8.8 control expertise. And control expertise really doesn't matter if it depends on your ship, and abilities, but control expertise will affect how well you can take damage, and other times affect how much you can. Not take damage. You control how much you can be pulled around by your enemies. Really. So let's move on to the impulse engines. Now, the Kobali hyper impulse engines provide with Mach 12 stats the about 12.8 flight speed. However, that is the best you can get at high power levels, and this ship and these engines prefer being at high power levels. It also provides an 8.5 turn rate bonus. This basically means it turns slightly faster than some other impulse engines. This provides a 3 to 10.5% recharge time on hull and shield healing bridge officer abilities. This recharge time reduction scales with engine power level, and you can hit even though it doesn't affect. So you can use these heals a lot more often, so very nice to have. And you've got a 16.5 full impulse flight speed. And that is a power you can use, and of course we better cover the full impulse. And if you have to use full impulse, you'll get revolve power to the engine, and you get about 110 0.2 flight speed, and of course it diverts our power to the engine. So let's move on to the shield array. Now you get a max for Mach 12. You get a 7,142.4 maximum shield capacity. Now this does mean that when you get hit, you do get 10% of the damage what your shields take, which you get 10% of the damage you get hit by hitting your hull. However, you do get 254.4 shield regeneration every 6 seconds. This means your shields will slowly rebuild back up over time, and is reasonably decent at this level, because it will spend about, and will probably end up and spend not long to get your shields back up to maximum even if you don't use a shield heal. And any incoming hull heal will get 10% better. It's 10% bonus. That's pretty nice to have, because it's designed to be, this set is designed to be survival. So let's move on to the set bonuses. Now, if you were to equip any of the previous two, and actually as long as you will always get, if you get any of the previous two plus, or if you equip all three of the previous parts, you'll still get this 2 set bonus. So if you get shields or the deflector, our engines, or even just all 3 of them, you will always get a 2 set bonus. The 2 set bonus is the Kobali Reactive Hull Regeneration. You will get increased hull regeneration, and it will decrease. The amount of hull regeneration increases as your actual hull goes down. So it makes you harder to kill. Now, your third. So if you collect all the previous 3 sets, you get the Kobali nanite screen. When receiving damage while at 25% or less hull hit points, you have a 100% chance to apply 150 temporary hit points for 15 seconds. This gives you a bonus hit points to itself. This means that you can take quite a bit more damage and heal up while you can. This does mean it only happens once every 2 minutes or 120 seconds, as you can see here. This lockout does mean that you don't want to be, if you take too much damage, you will still die, because this Kobali screen only happens once every 2 minutes. Well, I think some of you are asking, I've looked at the page, it says it's a 4-piece set, and yes, you're right. Isn't this a 4-piece set? Yes, it is. But you do need to own the Kobali Samsar Cruiser. As it's a former event ship, you need to own a Phoenix prize token, the Epic Phoenix prize token. Now, I found out that Xbox players can get hold of the ship by other means, by the archive, which costs 9,000 points. However, this information is come across to be second hand, because I don't own an Xbox One S, Series X, Series S. You get the idea. I don't own an Xbox to test it out myself, and this could be quite a long time to even try it out, especially when I've already got put enough hours into PC version. I don't want to be replaying it games multiple times just for the sake of doing it. So let's move on to the actual items you get with the Samsar. Now, since you will have this isn't now this is the fourth piece set of this set, and here we go. We're going to be now this Kobali Field Stabilizing Warp Core Mark 12 gives you 7.5 extra shield power. This bonus increases with lower shield power. This also gives you a maximum 5%. Never mind. 5 maximum shield power. Now this allows your shield power to exceed 125 to equal 130. Now this is one of those things where the game automatically will cap your power to 125% of maximum power, unless you break this. Unless you have things to get past this 125 limit. Now you get the maximum warp factor of warp factor 10. Now that is basically a standard thing for any warp core in the game. This basically is more of a limiting factor built into the game as warp factor 10 is officially the speed limit of the universe, so that's the reason why it's stuck there, and this only matters when you move between places. Now there's ways to get past that warp factor, but that's not what we're doing need to cover at the moment. Now there's also 17.5 hull restoration. Very nice to have, again, especially when you've got to prepare for everything else. Now this adds 7.5 of your shield power to your ox power as bonus power. This means 7.5 bonus power. Yes, this means if you have 100% shield power, you get 7.5 shield auxiliary power in addition to whatever you set your auxiliary power to be, and you get 50% recharge time reduction to slipstream drive. Slipstream drive is a power we've not used in the Let's Play. This purely because there's other reasons for it, but basically for a long while it was the fastest way to get around the place. However, there's one final thing we've got to mention. With most warp cores, you get a bonus clicky power. Now, this is the Kobali shield capacitor. This will provide everyone in the 5 kilometer radius of you a shield heal and a power buff. And of course, it affects any ally, so it affects friends and self. Of course, it affects yourself, as I said. It has 4-minute recharge, which means you can only fire it off once every 4 minutes. So it provides 4,578.5 shield regeneration to nearby allies, and then also gives a 15 shield power setting boost for 10 seconds to nearby allies. And if your allies' shields are completely down, you can repair them and repair yourselves if it is. But what if you are captain of a Romulan warbird? You can't equip a warp core. This is what the next item is. The stabilizing Singularity core. Now, I'm going to quickly have to cover some differences between Romulan ships to standard Federation, Klingon, and ships. Is that the Singularity charge level will matter will affect some abilities. Now, Singularity means that when you start in a battle, you will usually start with low Singularity charge levels. This is purely because it's and you will be able to, by being out of battle or activating certain abilities, will drain your Singularity power levels. So you'll gain between 5 and 15 shield power based on your Singularity charge level. A Singularity charge level means that if you keep in battle for long enough, you will get to max power pretty quickly. Again, your maximum watt factor is 10, but that's a speed limit of the universe. And you'll get 17.5 hull restoration. So far, not much difference to the Federation ships. You get a 50% recharge time reduction to slipstream drive, which is, again, same as the Federation Klingon ships you get with the warp core. Improved Singularity shielding. Your quantum absorption also provides you with 20 resistance to all damage. Now, quantum absorption is a power built into almost all ships of the Romulan fleet. If you have a Singularity core, you will get access to quantum absorption. It is part of the Singularity power, and quantum absorption basically lets you tank a lot more. And I've not used it myself for a long while, but then I've got other reasons for not using it. Now you also pick up the shield capacitor as well. Again, you will be if anyone in the 5-kilometer radius of your warbird will get this effect, and of course if she's friends and yourself, of course. Again, it's another 4-minute recharge. It will drain your Singularity power to augment your shield power. That means that you will lose some power throughout your systems, but this is what it is about. You'll gain 764.1 shield regeneration to nearby allies, and gives up to 30 shield power based on Singularity level before you activate it. That means that you will get less instant heal, but you'll get a lot more long-term heal. And with you've just given everyone else besides giving everyone else, you've just basically given yourself a bit of a how to just drop a pile of shield power out of your ship system, well power out of the system, because the Singularity charge does actually affect your power levels of everything else, and of course it repairs shields of nearby allies and yourself. Again, this really depends on what ship you're flying. Which one you pick, and you can't. I mean, but that's all because. So what happens if you happen to have the full set? Well, now for when the full set. For now, you get the 2 previous bonuses with the 2-piece and the 3-piece bonus, and the reactive nanite screen. Now this is a clicky. This means that it will affect your friend and yourself. Again, in a 5-kilometer radius around yourself, and it's a 2-minute recharge. To you and your allies, you will gain 20% of incoming energy damage as healing, and it's for maximum 20 times per second, and it always heals on between 100 and 20,000 hull heal per second per shot. I'm not really sure about it, but I've rarely got the 4-piece set. Rarely got the 4-piece set. Although I have got the 4-piece set to show you the nice animation you get to see on it. Now, the big question is, who is it really for? Now, this entire set is built about healing and not dying, so many tanks will like to have the full set. DPS and science captures may want to look at someone else, but really, it's really for the players who's played in January 2015 to obtain a counter look, or those who are willing to obtain it by other means so they can use the entire set. Yes, I'm aware of that. That could be. Now the question is it really worth it? Because from the episodes I've published to date, this is the best survival console set I've covered. Well, considering that this Solnay Dyson Sphere set is the only other set I've covered, and that's more of a side DPS ship build to it. So there isn't much to say about that, because this is. But the world code is the really best single item out of the set. But the problem is, it's locked behind the Phoenix Pirates Pack, our limited time event in 2015. I forgot to correct that. Looking ahead, I actually know there's a better set which you can obtain just by playing, which I think is a good time to bring up the magic word subscribe, and you'll see that in the future. Yes, and this will be Max Writer. Again, I could say subscribe, like, and stuff, all of that good stuff. But be Max Writer. I'll see you guys next time.